So 6 years ago, I believed that The Avengers was a groundbreaking cinematic triumph, bringing together individual characters into one giant crossover that paved the way for a new phase of Marvel Cinematic Universe films. Little did I know back then that actually all of that was just a precursor to this. Avengers Infinity War. Let's get into it. So Avengers Infinity War is the culmination of 19 films, 10 years of Marvel Cinematic films, and a countless amount of hours of labour, filmmaking, and film viewing. And it stars a huge list of names, including our original favourites. I mean, this is huge from start to finish, and as such, it is going to be really hard to not talk about spoilers. So this is a spoiler-free review, and I'm going to keep things very general. So wait for my spoiler review, which will come out later. I've got to say, generally speaking, the pacing in this film was something that I would be worried about, what with all of the characters kind of coming together. But I've got to say that the pacing was actually really good for this film. It only really slowed down about once, and it never really felt like I was watching a 2.5 hour film, because there was always something happening, there was always something progressing. And the great thing is, all of the different story threads that you have in this film, they're all really easy to keep up with. They're all really easy to follow. You know who is where and who they're with. There are about 6 different story threads happening, but the way they're kept simple and straightforward, you know who is where at all points, and I really liked that. I do also have to say that, aesthetically speaking, I didn't notice a whole lot of CGI. There were only a few moments every now and then where I was kind of like, looks a little bit CGI-like. And it was mainly on Proxima Midnight. And I think that's because out of all of the children of Thanos, she is the most quote-unquote human-looking one, especially in the face. And I think that's why there was a little bit of CGI kind of not quite right about her. And I know I'm gushing a little bit at the moment, I get that, but I am gonna gush a little bit more because, wow, Thanos. Josh Brolin did all of the motion capture for Thanos, so they really got his facial features down, all those tiny little expressions that he has, all of the feeling that he kind of put into his character at some points, that all got captured, and everything about him looked great, down to his skin tone, down to all these little imperfections. Thanos was just the most incredible villain. Right from the start, 5 minutes into it, you know that Thanos is a threat to everyone in this film. They established that so quickly. And he's not just a great villain because of the threat he poses. He's a great villain because of his drive and his belief that in his mind, he is the good guy of his own story, because he believes so wholly that what he's doing is right, and everyone else believes so wholly that they have to stop him. That's where the clash is, and that's why I like that. So I've got to say, the balance of character screen time, much like the threads in this film, was really well thought out, and I really liked that it wasn't focused too much on one character. But I don't really feel like that happened in this film. I feel like everyone got a decent amount of time. I also like that the humour in the film came from the right characters, and what I mean by that is that they didn't give particular characters humorous lines or funny moments for the sake of having everyone do that. So it was really the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was Thor, and it was maybe 1 or 2 others that had a few humorous moments. It's hard handing off these kinds of characters into the hands of other people that haven't directed them on a screen before. I know that the Russo brothers really know what they're doing. So it was great that they kept the humour to those characters and it didn't impact on anyone else. So you do get that mix of different style of characters in the different threads. So I can't really say too much more because I will be going into spoiler territory. watch out for my spoiler video coming out very soon. I can talk about all of the rest of it in there. But in the meantime, I have to say, Avengers Infinity War gets 4.5 stars from me. It was everything you expect it to be from start to finish. And there's so much threat involved. There's so much that you're unsure about what's going to happen towards the end as well. And I've got to say, the end left me wanting so much more. I know that this is kind of part one of a two-part film, but not really, because they've said that the next Avengers film isn't really part two, but it is a continuation. We just have to wait and find out what that means, really. But it has left me wanting so much more. And I've got to wait a whole year for the next bit now. Help! So, Avengers Infinity War. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? What was your favourite moment from the film? And who did you enjoy seeing team up with the others the most? All comments are welcome in the comments section below. Let's talk nerdy. As always, if you've enjoyed what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here for some more funky fresh videos from yours truly, and don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. And until that point, Thanos demands your silence.